King Charles cuts off Prince Andrew, as he snatches £1 million allowance in bitter feud. King Charles has cut off Prince Andrew's allowance, it has been reported. Prince Andrew has officially been financially cut off by his brother King Charles, it has been reported. Discussing a new low in relations between the brothers, author Robert Hardman has revealed that the king has acted decisively despite Andrew's attempts to call his bluff, in an updated biography by the acclaimed royal writer, which has been serialized by the Daily Mail. Mr. Hardman reveals that the king had recently advised the keeper of the Privy Purse, who is the monarchy's finance director, to cut off his brother's annual personal allowance. This is believed to amount to around £1 million per year. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. A source has said, the Duke is no longer a financial burden on the king. News that the king has cut off his younger brother appears to suggest that the ball is now firmly back in Andrew's court, according to the publication. King Charles has also been long rumoured to want his brother to move out of Royal Lodge, his home which he shares with his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson. Well-placed sources have also claimed that the late Queen, who has long been accused of being reluctant in taking action when it come to the scandal surrounding her rumoured favourite son, would have forced Andrew out of Royal Lodge if she had lived for another year. They added that the late monarch would have made him downsize from the 30-room property and move into the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's former UK home, Frogmore Cottage. Previously speaking to GB News, royal expert Michael Cole claimed that Andrew was refusing to leave Royal Lodge. King Charles took great strength from Queen Camilla during royal tour amid cancer treatment. King Charles and Queen Camilla have completed their royal tour of Australia and Samoa, which was an incredibly eventful trip. During their tour, the king was welcomed into the House of Pain, and Queen Camilla dished on her husband's unusual bedtime routine. Camilla also burst into tears when King Charles suggested he may not survive long enough to return to the region. But throughout it all, Queen Camilla reportedly remained a pillar of strength for King Charles. The king gets great strength from the Queen being there, not least because she keeps it real, a senior palace source told GB News. The source also said that Charles was enjoying being able to carry out a royal tour, calling it a great measure of the way that the king is dealing with his cancer diagnosis, and he's a great believer in mind, body and soul, and this combination works very well on a visit like this, because he feels that sense of duty so strongly. For King Charles, carrying out his duty as the British monarch is of the utmost importance, according to the outlet's royal source. It's hard to overstate the joy that he takes from duty and service and being in public and seeing those crowds engaging with communities across the spectrum, they explained. That really does lift his spirits. You can see that. Over the weekend, the King and Queen attended a traditional Ava ceremony, which was held in the village of Siamu. There, Charles was given the honorary title of Toiga, o Tumua, and he gave a moving speech revealing just how much he'd enjoyed the royal tour. I shall always remain devoted to this part of the world and hope that I survive long enough to come back again and see you, King Charles said, via the Daily Mail. We shall take away with us, I promise you, very special memories of our time here. We thank you for our wonderful gifts. King Charles admits doctors' orders have halted lifelong wish amid cancer treatment. King Charles has told of his lifelong aspiration to visit all 56 countries in the Commonwealth, but joked how royal doctors were holding him back. Hosting a dinner of delegates from the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, CHOGM, in Samoa, Charles said his task had been made ever harder due to more countries joining the family of nations. In what was the only evening engagement of their 9-day visit to Australia and Samoa, the King and Queen Camilla embraced island life once more by dressing casually for the event at Robert Louis Stevenson's former home on the Pacific island. On the royals' final night in the country which has embraced the couple, Charles spoke warmly of his affection for the family of nations, saying, "The Commonwealth can surely be a source of hope." He added that while dark clouds gathered, international challenges required international solutions and that dialogue and discussio was the way to achieve peace. Amid growing calls for reparations for Britain's role in the slave trade, the king earlier in the day appeared to tackle the contentious issue by saying none of us can change the past. At the CHOGM opening ceremony, Charles urged world leaders to commit with all our hearts to learning its lessons, while he urged every nation to understand each other's history to guide us to make the right choices in the future. In a personal and heartfelt address, Charles also revealed how he had come to recognize, through listening to people across the 56 represented nations, how the most painful aspects of our past continue to resonate. In his landmark speech he said, "As we look around the world and consider its many deeply concerning challenges, let us choose within our Commonwealth family the language of community and respect, and reject the language of division. None of us can change the past. But we can commit, with all our hearts, to learning its lessons and to finding creative ways to right inequalities that endure." Charles, who has been undergoing weekly treatment for cancer after being diagnosed in February, also assured those gathered that he would continue his duties in representing them for as long as he is able. He added, "For my part, I can assure you today that for however many years God grants me, I will join you and the people of the Commonwealth on every step of this journey. Let us learn from the lessons of the past. Let us be proud of who we are today. And together, let us forge a future of harmony with nature, and between ourselves, that our children, and our grandchildren deserve." At the evening dinner, the king said that he had first come to Samoa in the 1970s on board HMS Jupiter. He said, "Revealed how unbelievably old I am." He also spoke of the joy of returning to Samoa to deepen his understanding of the country, and said that the singing by local performers at the opening ceremony of the Commonwealth Summit earlier in the day had raised my spirits to the roof and made me feel unbelievable. King Charles preparing surprising plan for beloved royal residence. King Charles is preparing a surprising plan for his beloved royal residence. The royal family has filed plans with a local government council to open a nearly 300-person venue on the grounds of Balmoral Castle in Scotland. Balmoral is an estate that has been in the family for nearly 200 years, and has been opened to the public under the reign of King Charles. There are plans to turn the Queen's Building, built in the 1980s for staff quarters and located just north of the main castle, into a venue, which could potentially include weddings. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments, and most importantly don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.